I can take one Percocet out the night off, I just took a 60. Baby, on me, shoot you in your back, you just got pretty wrecky. That's what life is about. Truly finding yourself. And then closing your eyes and dying in your sleep.
And turn to the sudden and shocking death of rap star Juice WRLD. The 21-year-old, who was named Billboard's Best New Artist this year, suffered a medical emergency at Chicago's Midway Airport.
Jared Anthony Higgins was born in Chicago, Illinois on December 2nd, 1998. He spent his childhood in Homewood, going to Flossmoor High School for his early education. He grew up in a religious and conservative household with his mother since his parents split when he was 3. This meant that he wasn't allowed to listen to hip-hop music, so he would find ways around it, like listening to rock music in video games, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Guitar Hero. At school, he would pick up learning many instruments, from the piano to the guitar and drums, and even taking part in the school trumpet band classes, as he was always interested in music from a very early age. He would look up to bands like Black Sabbath, Blink-182, and Panic at the Disco, and would learn his crush's favorite songs to impress her. He would eventually start being exposed to hip-hop music from his cousins and people around him, taking influence from rappers like Future.
Like in 6th grade, 7th grade, I'm hearing songs about sipping lean. Those are like the real influential years.
Unfortunately, he would start being influenced by these lyrics in the songs he was listening to and would start experimenting with illicit substances. He found himself exposed to rap culture more than before and would release his first song, Forever, on SoundCloud in 2015 under the name Juice the Kid. He got the name Juice because his friends would always compare him to Tupac in the movie Juice because of his very similar hairstyle at the time, but later on he would change his name to Juice WRLD. He really enjoyed music and quickly realized he was really good at freestyling. He was able to create catchy melodies with complex stories tied into them in real time as he was rapping. This pushed him to continue making music, releasing his first project, Juiced Up, the EP, in 2016. A year later, he would join the internet collective Internet Money and release another project, 999, which contained the hit Lucid Dreams, which would only gain real recognition later on. This was thanks to Lil Bibby, who started to manage Juice WRLD's music. He would get Cole Bennett from Lyrical Lemonade in contact with Juice, and they would hit it off instantly. They would do many things together and eventually release 2 music videos, Lucid Dreams and All Girls Are the Same. It was an overnight success, gaining millions of views almost instantly, landing Cole Bennett into the music video directing space and landing Juice WRLD a $3 million deal with Interscope Records. A kid from Chicago would find himself in front of millions of dollars, worldwide stardom, and most importantly, a struggle with drug addiction. 2018 would lead Juice WRLD to a level of popularity nobody would have thought possible with his debut album, Goodbye and Good Riddance, with songs like Black and White and Wasted. From this point onward, he would be forced to accept fame that he never even imagined, with collaborations with artists like Travis Scott, a full collab tape with Future titled World on Drugs, world tours, and another album, Death Race for Love, which he would freestyle in just 4 days.
Bitch, I'm better, bitch, I'm better, bitch, I'm better, bitch, I'm better, I do better, I do better, I do better, I do better. You wanna fight, you wanna fight, you wanna fight, you wanna fight. Juice Mayweather, Juice Mayweather, Juice Mayweather, Juice Mayweather.
The album would go number 1 on the Billboard Top 100 and be a symbol for his troubled journey with romance and would solidify him as possibly the greatest freestyler in the music industry, getting praise from legends like Eminem for freestyling for literal hours on end on various radios and outlets.
Shout to Juice too, man. Like, yo, that kid was so talented, man. He, like, his freestyle he did on Westwood where he rapped for an hour. Like, what the fuck?
There was no slowing down for Juice WRLD. He would start dating Ali Lottie and create thousands of love songs about her, clearly showing how deep he fell in love. This, alongside with the struggles of a drug addiction and fame, would lead him down a slippery road increasing the Percocet and lean dosage he would take. He would give his all in everything he did, not worrying about how things could hurt him, winning countless music awards, including Billboard Best New Artist. He would reach the point where he would increase his dose by 5 times and higher, and withdrawals would become a regular thing for him. This would influence a large portion of the music that he made, always rapping about drugs and how hard it was for him at times, on songs like Pills and a Reefer. It would be very clear that most studio sessions would be a cry for help that would go under the radar, even predicting his death in an eerily accurate way. Eventually, on December 8, 2019, he would be pronounced dead at Chicago Airport due to a drug overdose.
The 21-year-old, who is named Billboard's Best New Artist this year, suffered a medical emergency at Chicago's Midway Airport.
Off the rip. I gamble on my life, I'm cashing in my trip.
With a catalog of 3,000 unreleased songs, Grade A would find themselves with immense opportunity in the music industry. As seen before with XXXTentacion and Lil Peep, artists' popularity tends to skyrocket after their demise. Grade A now has decades worth of albums from the biggest stars seen possibly ever. They would release Legends Never Die in 2020, selling over 500,000 copies first week. This was considered a success for Juice WRLD's legacy. It was only around the end of 2021 when things got out of hand. Grade A would tease a hype album for months until they would come out and admit it was false, only to drop a different album, Fighting Demons, a week before a documentary, both of which created a lot of talk about why the label keeps releasing sad music, as people only wanted to see him happy at this point. It would start to look like they were exploiting his death for money, from countless merch drops and countless tasteless decisions from the label regarding his music. Rumors would spread like wildfire about Ali Lottie, who would publicize her new boyfriend wearing Juice WRLD's jewelry while bragging on social media. These rumors would be from how his girlfriend and people around him could have led to him overdosing, to the label having made his death a strategized plan from the start. People went as far as finding a felony charge under Ali Lottie's name for selling drugs, which she would later deny. She would end up using a lot of this hype around her name from Juice WRLD to sell OnlyFans subscriptions, where she would even talk about Juice WRLD directly to her fans. This would all be speculation, and nothing could actually be confirmed apart from Juice WRLD bringing up how drama around the label and people around him would be a detriment to his mental health. His unreleased music would outstream many mainstream artists on unofficial accounts all over the internet, with songs like Rental, Red Moonlight, Attachments, Dark Tints, and an insane amount of grails that I can list for hours on end. Fans would beg for years for music from the label, and they would eventually start the rollout for Juice WRLD's final album, called The Party Never Ends, with singles In My Head and Face to Face.
Party never ends.
But the rollout would end up being another blatant lie from the label. With Grade A being more hated than before, many people considered that they ruined Juice WRLD's legacy for profit, letting down what Juice WRLD's potential could have been. They would even sell a large portion of his catalog for $100 million. This would not be uncommon, as a similar situation would happen with XXXTentacion. However, X didn't have anywhere close to the amount of music that Juice WRLD had made in his lifetime. On the other side, his mother would start a non-profit charity, advocating for mental health to try and make sense of her son's death. Juice WRLD had a very profound impact on the world as a whole, always telling his fans at concerts that they could do anything they put their minds to. He was a bright light in a world full of darkness, always uplifting everyone around him. As we stand now, The Party Never Ends has been indefinitely delayed without a true end to this chaos. The hype around Juice is slowly dying down, and it's getting harder to listen to his music because of how heavy the emotional baggage that each song now holds, given his unfortunate demise. Only time can tell what will truly come out of all of this. Our only hope is that his legacy isn't tarnished any further.
My message to the youth is to be strong no matter what you're going through. Surround yourself with people that'll help you. that'll listen to you, they got your best interest. Whatever you want to do in life, find something that you don't mind doing for the rest of your life.
I have some advice to give you before we part ways. Listen, I want to tell y'all that y'all could do whatever the fuck you want to do in this life.
And even if it seems like it's impossible, it's very, very possible. So, you know, when you're a thinker, I'm the same way. You look for answers that you know you can't, like, you're not gonna be able to get. You know what I'm saying? It kind of drives you crazy. Realize your dark side, it collides inside. You run as fast as you can, but you can't hide.